What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Mello with Marty's Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be discussing the current state of truck production as manufacturers continue to deal with the ongoing semiconductor shortage. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already. I upload fresh General Motors content every single week, so if that's something that you're into, be sure to tune in. Let's get into it. All right, so the semiconductor shortage continues, and unlike my last video on the subject, unfortunately, there's not too much good news to share this time around. General Motors actually announced last Thursday that it would pause production at 8 of its 15 North American assembly plants during the next 2 weeks. GM is shutting down pickup truck plants in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and one in Mexico for a week starting yesterday. A plant in Missouri that builds mid-size pickups and big vans will close for 2 weeks, and other plants that make small and mid-size SUVs will be idled for 2 weeks or longer. The GM cuts come on top of temporary plant closures announced previously by Toyota, Nissan, Ford, and Ram. This is obviously not what we want to hear, but I think it's important that we all know what's going on. One statistic that actually really stood out to me was a report that U.S. auto dealers had just under 1 million new vehicles on their lots in August, which is 72% lower than the 3.58 million in August of 2019. That is just an insane decrease in supply. General Motors alone actually decreased its global production output this year by 777,000 vehicles. Just crazy. Toyota actually said it would slash production by at least 40% in Japan and North America for the next 2 months, cutting production by 360,000 vehicles worldwide in September alone. And Nissan, which announced in mid-August that chip shortages would force it to close its huge factory in Tennessee for 2 weeks, now says the closure will last 4 weeks. Jeff Schuster, president of Global Vehicle Forecasting for LMC Automotive, said it now appears to be accelerating in the wrong direction when discussing the current state of the chip shortage. Now, as a dealer, this of course means our already limited inventory is most likely going to be a bit more limited, which is obviously not ideal for us or our customers. If you're currently shopping for a truck, you should expect the continued high prices, but remember that if you're currently driving a truck, that truck is worth more money than it will probably ever be. So for you, shopping might not be so bad. Just make sure that you know what your truck is worth before walking into the dealership. And now, if you don't need a new truck right now and you can wait, I'd suggest ordering what you want from the dealership and wait for it to arrive. Now, keep in mind, the new 2022 Silverado refresh is still slated to be revealed on Thursday, with probably the Sierra 1500 shortly behind it. So if you're one of the many people waiting for that, we should have a better idea on the order time frame after that reveal. And I'm going to leave a link to that here as well as in the description below if that's something that you want to watch on Thursday. Now, I've also heard from many of you that due to the shortages, you're finding dealers are selling trucks for way over MSRP, and obviously nobody wants to pay over MSRP. Now, some of you are too far away for this to make any sense, but if you are in the New England area, I can tell you that my dealership has not been selling anything over MSRP, and currently we have no plans to do so. We've got a Chevy and a Buick GMC store, and the links to our websites will be in the description below as well. As a heads up for those interested in the 3-liter Duramax, you should know that production has been halted on that engine and is expected to stay that way at least through the end of this year. So if you do find one of those and you really want it, get it, because they're essentially going to be impossible to find. If you're a Hummer EV Edition 1 customer, I have been told that the electric super truck is still on track for its fall release, and customers should be receiving calls to lock in their orders in the very near future. I've actually heard on the forums that some customers have already received their call, so that's good news there. I have one of these reserved and I have not received my call, so hopefully I get that in the next week or so. Now, this wasn't exactly the video I wanted to make coming back from what was a beautiful 3-day weekend, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I just wanted to keep everyone in the loop and you know, up to date as far as production goes. Obviously, you know, like I said, it's not what we want to hear, but hopefully you all had a great weekend. As always, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Just a really short video today. If you made it this far in the video, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already. Check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your OEM GM parts needs. I'll keep you up to date, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks again, guys, and take care.